of the way.
This is easily the angriest I've ever been in a league race in the F1 games in a long time. Welcome back to PSGL League Racing in F4. Remember, there's only a handful of races left for us to score points in, and it is not looking good so far. I'm still only sitting on a single point after that great debut in Spain, but other than that, no point. Make sure to watch this video all the way to the end because you do not want to miss out on the last few laps of this race.
He still fucking punts me out of the way.
Good to see you. When does the rain come? Like early?
I don't know yet.
Oh, you can't see it?
Oh no, at the end, at the end.
The end? The last slot? Oh my god, it's like F5 all over again.
Oh, no, no.
Do you remember?
Oh. Oh.
Good times, good times. Oh, it's raining now. Great. Fuck my life, dude. Good times, good times. Okay, decent middle split. Fuck, only a 0.8. Ah, where did I lose the time? I think it's last sector. Oh, guten Tag, guten Tag. Welcome. Out of fuel. Oh, it said painful in lap. What is the PB? It is a 0.4. We're currently 4/10 off. It's a 0.4 middle, so we're like 3/10.5 off. Hey, going out again. Fanculo. I didn't know you're part Italian. 50% Italian, 100% aura. German is always the right language. Yeah, that's what they tried to make us understand during World War II. No, too soon? Maybe too soon. Dio mio. After such a great banker, usually it takes a lot of the pressure off of your shoulders, and you can just fully send it without worrying about putting in a valid lap time. And since we already have such a great banker, this means any type of improvement would really put us up there on the timing table. But that is still easier said than done, because we had a really brilliant turn 1, but we completely missed the apex going into late comp, and coming out of the S's, we actually have a way worse exit than we had on the banker lap. And the delta is going to keep fluctuating through this lap, up and down, but never going above a full 10th. This is so infuriating because coming across the line, we're only half a 10th up, even though there's a potential for 3 or 4 full 10ths. And I'm just so disappointed in my own performance today. Every stream I hear Benjamin, shut your bitch ass up. Thank you, friends. This is for all the children who dream the impossible. And like I said, on a lap like this, you can remove all pressure and fully send it, as long as you don't invalidate on this final lap. As long as we don't invalidate. It's all good. We're starting from P18, but the only way to go from here is up. And you guys know how good my race pace can be. But going into the race, 5 lights out, and everybody, literally, I mean everybody except this one guy is on the hards. And I'm going to tell you why in just a second. But into turn 1, 4 wide, and there's a lot of cars getting tangled up, and 3 of them has gone into the gravel trap before we even make it to turn 2. But now there's an Alpine on my left, and I'm gonna have to let him go here because he's gonna have the superior traction, but he slows down mid-apex, and this allows the McLaren, my teammate, to get a good run on my inside, and now he's rubbing tires with me. And into sector 2, we have to brake a little bit earlier, but I overshoot the corner, and now I rejoin the track, and I'm pretty much down in last place.
Into Eau Rouge, and that fucked me.
But this is far from over. Into sector 2, approaching Pouan, still going side by side, 3 wide in some places, and Tom gets pushed off track.
That Tom 97? It is.
And they're still not letting this go, going 3 wide into Pouan. And one of them gets freaking tagged, and the Rebel spins around and was not going to get caught up in another lap 1 incident. Not again. Please just let me do 1 race without front wing damage. But now, once everybody settles into a comfortable rhythm, overtaking is going to become extremely hard in just a second, because everybody is going to be on the same strategy, starting on the hards and going to the mediums in the second stint. Now you might wonder, why are we not doing medium hard like most other tracks in this game? Well, yes, track position is extremely crucial in F1 25. Belgium is not like the other tracks, at least not after the patch, as Diego absolutely sends it down the inside, pushes us almost off track, and I'm trying my best to survive here because I'm almost out of battery usage, and it turns back on as I cross the start finish line. And he's gonna send it down the inside again, having a little look. I leave him the room on the inside, but we're running dangerously low on battery, and every position counts here. This is a TRT on TRT action right here. Into Eau Rouge, I'm gonna turn the battery off a little bit and then put the overtake back on, but we don't have enough battery to defend with, and he's got plenty. This is where I realize once again that I've gone a little bit high on wings. The straight line speed deficit is just a little bit too much. I leave him the room on the outside. Now he tries to go for the switchback, getting a better exit coming out of Lake Holm, and now he goes on the attack again into this downhill section, but he overshoots massively, hitting me in the side pod, and that's a textbook push to pass. But as I was saying, Belgium is not like the other tracks, where most of the hard tires are only a step harder than the medium compound of tires. At Belgium, the hard tire is 2 steps harder. This means it's very durable and it lasts a very long time. The problem is, it takes forever to warm them up. This means if you start on the mediums and go to the hards, you would take probably a lap and a half, or even 2 laps sometimes, to get the hards completely into their operating window. This means if you plan to undercut with medium hard, it doesn't really work here, because while your hard tires are warming up, those staying out on the old hards are already up to temperature, and they're gonna be pushing flat out, probably coming out right after you, after their pit stop, and on a much fresher and faster medium compound of tire. But the problem is, like I said, we're running a little bit too high in terms of wings, and this is leaving us left for dead on the straights.
Front just doesn't bite. I don't have damage, right?
No, no damage.
I feel like Tom has damage.
But as it turns out, it wasn't because he had damage. It was more so that he could recharge battery and then attack us on the very next lap. Or maybe on the next one? And there he is. Now, I'm also going to try to attack because I'm on a full battery, but the dirty air coming out of Stavilo, holy shit.
Dirty air, man.
What is that? Leaving myself very vulnerable to Tom here, and he knows after a mistake like that, usually you have to burn a lot of battery to catch up to the guys in front. And I'm getting really close to the back of Diego here, but with the way he's moving all over the place with the ping, with such a little tap, it almost sends him flying. It's not very easy to race against him,
so
and now,
laggy, like
because of that,
racing,
Tom is right on the back of us, and he probably has more battery than we do. I'm down to 30%, and I don't think it's gonna be enough to help me stay ahead onto the Camel Straight. And I'm down to 10% already, but I suspect he's probably down to the same numbers as well. I'm going defensive, he's not gaining that much, and we're gonna be clear going into Lake Holm, but he's still on the outside, but luckily not alongside enough to go for a crazy dive bomb, and that's crisis averted. Meanwhile, Diego goes for another stint, same move into the downhill right, but Alessandro, who's on the mediums, is all but falling down the order because those mediums are dead at this point. 6 laps, way too long on the mediums. He's about 2 laps away from puncture territory, and I cannot afford to stay behind him unless I want to get dropped by the train. He almost squeezes us onto the outside curb here, but I'm there, bro. Gotta let me go. And up to P14 we go once again. But unfortunately, that little kerfuffle has cost us a lot of battery, and since we're not running low enough wings, battery generation is very difficult. I'm gonna try to save as much as I can going into turn 1, but it's not looking likely. We're gonna come out of here with less than 40%, and Tom might just be on a way higher battery than we are. And cutting out of Eau Rouge, I'm already down to sub 10%, and unfortunately, I have to let him go. This is kind of like the 2026 regulations, where if the guy behind has more battery than you do, doesn't matter if you're a better driver, he will overtake you no matter what. Here's the thing in 2025. The more battery you have, more freedom you have to attack,
try to
to
get closer to
defend,
Tom on the next lap.
everything. In case you missed this video from a couple of weeks ago, I actually explained why low wings is so dominant in F125. I'm gonna link the video for you on screen here, but Tom is gonna go on the attack here because Casper ahead in the Aston has basically used up all of his battery trying to defend against Diego. And this means he's basically in the same situation that we were a couple of laps ago, and Tom is gonna burn absolutely everything up the Camel Straight, and that's an easy move. Even though Casper was a couple tenths ahead before getting to Eau Rouge, and battery management is so key this year. And I'm gonna try to jump on the opportunity as well because Casper had to use a lot of battery to defend. So I'm hoping that he's running very low here. And if I go for a very aggressive deployment, attacking him on every single straight, he might just have to yield sooner or later. And you can just see how much I'm closing up. He's trying to save, and he knows there's not much he can do. Running out of battery before Blanchimont, and I'm gonna turn the battery on again into the bus stop, and that's an easy move done. I didn't even have to do anything just because I was sitting on a much fuller battery than he was. This is what top level PSGL has become, a battery management fest in the race. But during all this time, we've been cutting through the field along with Tom, and we're actually making our way back up to P10. Even though our little train has been separated from the main train, there's a point to be gained here today. And I'm gonna do my best to ensure that we score that point today. And again, same thing here. Since the Williams had to defend against Tom, I know that he is on lower battery than I am, because I've just been sitting here and watching. The proof is that we're closing so much into Blanchimont. And I'm gonna send a dummy down the inside, maybe unsettle him into the braking, but it's a lot more difficult to do in F125 than it is in Le Mans, because the braking is not as technical and doesn't require as much concentration from the driver. And this is why, onto the Camel Straight, I'm gonna burn absolutely everything. His lights turn on before mine does, and I'm gonna use this extra juice that I have to go down the inside and get the move done before Sector 2. Up to P12, nicely done. But now we have another problem at hand. When do we box? It is now lap 13, and our pit window is approaching very rapidly. But the thing is, the man leading this train is another McLaren. So if we stay out for too long, we might have to either double stack or go an extra lap longer than we initially planned to. Which is why we're gonna decide. Even though it's a little early for the hard medium strategy, this is gonna be quite the undercut. We're gonna do opposite to the leading McLaren driver. So if he boxes this lap, we're gonna stay out an extra. But if he stays out this lap, we are going to box and jump the gun. Let's see what he does here, because what he does is gonna determine our strategy. And he stays out, so we're gonna go into the pits and then put on a fresh set of mediums. And it looks like the Williams driver has thought the same. This outlap is going to be critical. We have to create as much of a gap as possible to the cars behind. And with this undercut, I'm really hoping to undercut the 3 cars that were ahead of us. So if we played our cards right, we should be able to come out ahead of that little train we were in. And Rios are screaming, I'm asking so much. Wheel spin in 4th gear coming out of the pit exit, and we have been unleashed into clean air. And initially I thought the Williams driver was gonna come out with us, but he decided to change his wing, so now it falls onto us to push flat out. And the feeling you get when you go from the hards to the mediums is just incredible. There's so much grip, but this grip is not gonna last. The mediums degrade very fast, because remember, like I said, the mediums here are 2 steps softer than the hard tires. But oh boy, do they work right out of the box. Coming around the bus stop, the pit straight, again today, they're all jumping into the box now. The question is, where are they going to come out? I'm really hoping that this undercut has worked out for us. Into turn 1, where do they come out? It's not even close. Diego is the closest one to come out behind us. 9/10 a second maybe, and immediately I'm thinking, hey, 2 Tatum drivers controlling the train? But this is PSGL, and teaming is not allowed unless that's your teammate. But but nothing stops us from being a little cooperative with each other. And I've actually gapped Tom 97 by 4 seconds in the space of a single lap. This proves the power of the strategy. But remember, we boxed a lap earlier than they did, and that's gonna come to bite us at the end of this race because we will have significantly worse tire wear. But as you can see, Diego is not in the 1 second window anymore. So I'm really hoping that maybe I can actually keep him out of the DRS for a lap or two. But my bus stop is not very strong, so he's back in the 1 second window. Now the plan changes. Goes back to plan A. Can we work together to pull ourselves away from the drivers behind? But the McLaren has done a 2-lap overcut over us. That is going to be deadly, which is why it's even more important that me and Diego, we work together here to keep him away from us. I've shown good pace so far, but the McLaren is going to catch up to us. It's only going to be a matter of time, which is why I'm letting Diego go here and hopefully use him to pull myself away, to save myself rather from the McLaren. But for some reason, Diego has decided to save battery, and that has allowed the McLaren to catch up by more than a second in this middle sector. And getting a little dicey here, because even though I'm gonna have the DRS to defend, that McLaren is gonna have such a grip advantage that dirty air is not going to affect him as much as it is going to affect me. But he's still 6/10 away, and we should be safe for another lap or two. The real challenge is going to come down to the last 2 laps, where his tire advantage is going to shine. And right now, I'm sitting in P11. To be able to score a point, we need to finish P10 or above. And I'm really thinking, do I stay behind Diego here, or do I overtake and then try to stay ahead? Because I'm not sure that I'm going to be able to overtake him in the final laps of this race. And Diego's car is actually lacking a lot of top speed, which is why I'm going to go down the inside. He moves very late. I get the move done, go a little bit deep, and then on the switchback, we touch. It sends him flying into the barriers, and that is a safety car. Now my initial reaction was, did I just kill him? But on the replay, it looked like his car just flew into the wall with the most minor of contacts. Like, I know I had a little moment, so I had to correct, but nothing to warrant such a big push into the wall.
What do? Stay out? I think we stay out, no?
So. Unfortunately, we do have wing damage from that, and I seriously considered staying out because I know a lot of people will be boxing. So shall we risk it for the biscuit and then try to hold on versus a full grid of absolute maniacs on fresh softs? Yeah, no thanks. Fortunately, we had to double stack behind our teammates.
Double stack is painful. Oh, and he comes out in front of me. No way, bro.
The good thing is we only lost a single position. So down to P13, but with a fresh front wing and another opportunity to fight for points today. I remain optimistic because I know people are going to be going crazy in these last few laps.
Like, an impact like that should not have sent him into the wall. That was full netcode.
And as we prepare to go racing again, only 2 laps left. Only one of them with DRS, the last one. All we need to do now is keep our nose clean and survive, because there's going to be a lot of carnage. And the leader's slowing down a lot, making this restart as late as possible to cause as much chaos as possible behind him. And already they're going 3 wide, 4 wide into turn 1. There's a little arrow on the inside, so I'm leaving room. No positions gained, but no positions lost. There's actually a big gap to the cars behind, heading into Eau Rouge and Radion. And I'm trying to save as much battery wherever I can, only using the battery sparingly. Because remember, on the first lap, we did run out of battery while fighting. And I know burning everything we got here is not really that useful. And Tom moves across the braking zone here, which kind of catches me off guard. But 2 cars were tangled. They got off track, and with a nasty rejoin, they go into the barriers, but no safety car is going to come out this late into the race. Down the inside of the Williams, who's out of shape, and he turns in a little earlier. I'm still leaving room on the outside. Into no lane now, leaving some space on the inside, but I get tapped around into the gravel trap, and that's it.
I gave him room, man!
And at this point, I'm literally fuming, because this always happens. I'm gonna go down the inside of this medium runner here, but I turned in a little bit too early, and the extra grip of the softs actually caught me off guard there, and And at this point, I've run out of overtake deployment, and I'm just gonna let the clip play out because this is the biggest fit of rage I've ever thrown on stream.
Fucking DeMichael, man. Same thing. It was the same thing at Coda. Leave some fucking room. I gave you room into fucking no name, man. And he still fucking punts me out of the way. He even retired, man. Man, this is some bullshit.
But of course, this meant no points again for us.
I would have finished in the fucking points, man. Let's look at that again, shall we? Look, I get it stopped here. He turns in on me. Look at this. First, he turns in on me. Like I'm not there. I get it stopped. And what does he do here? Okay, I gave them the same amount of room he gave me. Man, I have never been this frustrated from a league race before. Yo, I've never been this pissed. They drive into each other. Okay, a horrible rejoin. He touches the gravel. I go down the inside. I'm alongside here.
Yeah.
Bro just pushes me. I give him room. Even on the exit, I don't squeeze him off. Look what he does.
That's a hooker. That's a hooker.
That's what he does, man. Look at this shit. There's no move to be made anymore. Why are you still going? Yo, from my POV, I was like, okay, yeah, the red arrow's there, so maybe he did deserve room. But look, what is this? Let go, bro. Let go. It's over. Man just fucking killed me. Man, it was so close to points. I was in P10 at this point. Fanculo questo gioco di merda.
I totally agree.
Fucking hell, man. Because he slowed down. I was like, okay, well, I'm gonna overtake you then. Like, he lost 6/10 on the whole straight. Get it stopped. Okay.
No, that's the internet. Come on.
What? What did he do? Like, he's just glitched into me. Oh, what? Yo, even the game is like, oh, you're dead. Goodbye. He's like, no. You are dead, my boy. Man, and then there's another move that Diego did on me. Was it this one? Oh, yeah, here. Buddy. Where are you going? Why am I taking a screenshot, you ask? I'm gonna go stir up some shit. Okay, Diego just called me a little bro. The PSGL chat is crazy. Look at this shit. Biggest piece of shit. Learn how to drive standing 3 wide when you're not even side by side and then leaving 0 space at the exit. What did I miss? I got bent over and then just got spanked in all sorts of ways. It was not pretty.
Holy moly, what the hell just happened here? So I might have gotten a little angry after what Diego had to say after the incident on lap 2, but honestly, I didn't know he was gonna get banned. I think this is the first time I've ever seen somebody get banned because of a lag warning. Do I feel bad about it? Maybe a little. Do I regret it? No. If you're gonna talk shit after an incident, you gotta be able to take it as well.
Buddy, where are you going?
And about the incident with VNT Bennett Hatter, I hope I'm saying that right. Stewards deemed it as insufficient racing room left by me. And you know what? I'm okay with that steward decision because looking back, after having calmed down a little, I could have left some little bit more space. Maybe by real F1 racing standards, that would have been my corner, but I'm curious to see what you think about this incident. Was the move done and he should have backed out, or should I have left some little bit more space? Let me know in the comments below, or maybe you want to tell me what you think about Diego's incident. Drop it down below. I always read all the comments. After this race, there's two more rounds to go, Abu Dhabi and Jeddah, and that's not a lot of opportunities to score points in, but I'm still gonna try my best. You know that. This is Formula Kai signing off, and I'll see you very soon.